On to the grand finals. We have Gimmix as Ken playing against Disco as Dark Samus in game 1 of the upper bracket finals. Both of them feeling each other out. Dark Samus, of course, able to get a little bit more percent. She has a lot more options than Ken does when it comes to approach. And that's made very evident with the difference in percent here. Already a 75% deficit. And just keep racking it on. Make that almost 100%. But in fact, does take the first stock very quickly. Disco. Playing a little bit too casual, but gets right back into the swing of things. Gimmix, it's very evident that he's struggling to get any sort of decent approach on Disco. Good parry, can't turn it into anything. Again, a good first parry, but multi-hits, not going to do much unless you parry them all. Yeah, Disco not having any trouble in this first game. A whole stock ahead here. Okay, here we go from Gimmix. A good read could mean the stock, but not quite yet. Disco able to get back on stage and then assume control again. Still a whole stock up and make that 2. Gimmix already on his final stock. Not even 3 minutes in, or not even 2 minutes in, and of course Disco with a very solid lead. But that was a good recovery read from Gimmix, so still has quite the hill to climb on this comeback, but it is not over yet. However, the more percent Disco gets on Gimmix right now, it's going to be significantly harder to come back. And there will be a point where it is practically mathematically impossible. Doesn't seem to have happened yet, though. Getting close. Of course, Disco trying to go for a grab. Takes a little while to come out. And Gimmix is able to take advantage of that. Gimmix still holding onto stage control, but can't take the second stock. He can now, but he is at 100%. Yeah, really anything Disco does here can confirm that third stock. And the way it is with Gimmix, like we said, he's almost like an AI that learns as he goes. So the longer you play against him, the more dangerous it is for you. Back throw, not enough to do it, even at 120%. That bomb inadvertently saved Gimmix's life there, but now he is at 170. Make that 180. If he gets one more combo on Disco, that could be it. But same thing can be said for one more hit on Gimmix, and that will take game 1. All right, so this is, since it is upper bracket finals, this is a best of 5 rather than a best of 3. So Disco taking game 1 very narrowly. He had a massive lead, of course, but Gimmix practically the comeback king here in multiple sets. Just barely couldn't finish it out in that game. So on into game 2, still Ken, still Dark Samus. Oh, I like the dark green skin. Favorite color. Anywho. Both of them are duking it out here, trading pretty even percent. Gimmix doing well. Again, I would not be surprised if he took the next 3 games, considering the way he plays and how he learns against his opponents. But of course, Disco is very, very good at what he does, and with multiple characters, so at the very same time, he could easily shut out Gimmix for the rest of the series. No, very early stock. Still 6 minutes to go, and Gimmix up by 1. However, Disco is doing good at keeping him away and also punishing him for his approach. Jab almost did it off the side. And essentially it did, just could not get back to the ledge. Since anything eventful has happened. There we go. Disco landing a little bit of percent with a fair. Now gets a grab combo. Good job reading the get up, but couldn't convert anything out of it. Now Gimmix getting some moves and then gets an immediate 30% tack back onto him and then add another 10. Gimmix now with stage control. And it goes right back to Disco. Gimmix eats a full charge shot. Good spot dodge. Can't pull anything out of it. Disco again with stage control and a whole 50% of an advantage as well. Make that about 60. Still about as even as you can want. No, yeah, up throw off of a grab at that high percent is going to take the second stock. And if Disco can get one more solid combo, of course without losing his second stock, then we could see a relatively quick game 2. Gimmix almost lets his shield run all the way out and then opts to drop. And now he's getting comboed because of it. Gimmix doing his best to edge guard. Does a very good job. Very, very good job. But now he has to do even better to remain alive at over 100% on his final stock. Not to mention he also has to do the same to Disco, who actually jumps over him and does land the dare spike. And that'll take game 2 going into potentially the final game of this set. Still no change from either of them, except for skins. But going to Battlefield for game 3. Disco right out of the gates with an up B out of shield to get an easy 15%. Disco doing well with Zares, also with charge shot to keep spacing, and also get a good amount of percent on Gimmix, who seems every time to come right back with his own combo. Yeah, it can be very hard for Gimmix to approach, or Ken to approach on a stage like Battlefield, especially against a character like Samus and Dark Samus, with how big they are. And how large their hitboxes are for plenty of their moves. 50% advantage here, and a whole stock advantage now for Disco. Leads by a stock in game 3. Pretty bold option from Disco there to up B on shield on top platform. Phantom Footstool to recover back onto the stage. Spacing with Zaire. Does not face the right way on the grab, but doesn't suffer because of it until just a few seconds later. As close as you can want if you are Gimmix. Just about a 20% lead. But is slowly climbing with Disco's moves and combos. An interesting option from the both of them there. Kind of an odd way to get back onto stage, and also a kind of strange way to edge guard. And now Gimmix pretty far behind. Double the percent of his opponent. However, both on the same second stock. Could still go anybody's way here. But Gimmix does have to be careful. Now in disadvantage off stage. Down tilt is going to send him right back off into the side. He is on his final stock. Now Gimmix already getting his percent tacked back on. Not looking too good for him. Disco doing very well so far. Hasn't shown any signs of slowing down. Good job from Gimmix. This could be difficult. No. Gimmix opts not really to do anything on the edge guard and lets Disco get back on the stage relatively free. Yeah, next hit could be it. Take him back off stage. Yeah, fair, run off fair. Beautiful.